Zach is going to help Karen, but with some clear boundaries. Andi is backpedaling and supporting her friend Karen. And Danni and Preston are moving forward. What's good, y'all? It's your girl, Sister Erica Vane, coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another Sistas video. And in this video, I am breaking down Season 6, Episode number 10. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss out on any of my sisters' content and conversations. Y'all, this was definitely a filler episode, but we're going to still talk about it because I think that there were a few tidbits of information that we needed going into the mid-season finale, which will be next week. We will have like a 2-week little break before Fatima returns on August 24th, and I anticipate Season 6 of Tyler Perry Sistas returning in about 5 weeks after Fatima premieres, once that ends. So once Season 2 of Fatima ends, Season 6 will return. And if you didn't know, Season 7 of Tyler Perry Sistas is already filmed, so I wouldn't even be surprised if we saw that before the end of the year or top of next year, just to keep you guys posted. And as I mentioned, if you're new here, I'm having all of the Sistas conversations that you need to be having, or that you're interested in as a Sistas super fan. I have a ton of Season 7 content already on the channel, breaking down the 29 new characters that we will be seeing, explaining who the writers are, because there will be a writer's room in Season 7 and more. So if there's more information that you want to know or conversations that you want to have about Sistas, specifically Sistas in the future, go ahead and check out my Sistas playlist. I will link it in the description box down below so that's easy to find. But again, I'm your good sis you love to talk TV with, you love to talk Sistas with. Subscribe if you haven't already. Now, before we really get into this video, I want to take a second and highlight a few comments. And these are comments that have been posted on our most recent Our Sisters Keeper episode. If you didn't know, Allie, Nick, Official, and I go live after every new Sisters episode to talk about the episode, to talk about the Sisters universe and all of the characters that make it up. It is a really great time, a fun conversation. And again, it is live, but also available on recording if you missed the live. And I want to highlight 4 comments. One, because your girl is human. And more often than not, the comments that stand out to me very quickly are the negative ones, the ignorant ones, the people who are just doing too damn much. So a way for me to not only support and push for more healthy dialogue and great comments in the comment section will be to highlight that. It also resets my palette to make me focus more on the comments that actually incite additional conversation and are worthwhile to respond to. So if you are able to be a healthy, progressive community member and love to comment and post comments, be on the lookout because I will be highlighting more of them moving forward. And for all of y'all that can't seem to stop being ignorant or disrespectful, you're finna be ignored. And that's cute for me. I love that for me. Now, Chaco 8 Doll says, Fatima already set boundaries during Karen's letter reading. There really was nothing else she could say. And this honestly could probably be a video in and of itself, but I wanted to take a second and say thank you for one commenting, but then also to this. So many people are in the comment section talking about Fatima need to check Karen. Karen been too disrespectful. This, that, bopty boop. And while both two things can be true, at its core, if Fatima is a mature, progressive, evolved, and healed woman, as she has claimed herself to be, the actions that she's currently taking do not actually align with the woman that she says that she is. So for all intensive purposes, I'm not telling Fatima to stop coming for Karen or coming through Karen's door to protect Karen. I'm telling Fatima not to do those things because those are not in line with the woman who she says she is. Now, if she would like to be a bird, if she would love to give into her lesser self, lower vibrations, and not actually be healed or mature, then by all means continue to do this goofy that you're doing. But if you want to be better, if you believe yourself to be better, and you actually want to be in a relationship where trust is involved, she's going to have to start to make different choices. As Chaco 8 Doll said, she already set these boundaries. You breaking someone else's boundaries and coming in to threaten them is not you setting boundaries, boo. That is you getting your ego stroked by doing some toxic it just is what it is. PB Law 7 says, and I love it when y'all put a timestamp at the timestamp of 38 minutes and 15 seconds. This is so funny to me because I remember when they first said I love you to each other, I was yelling at the TV, like how? It's been like 2 weeks and all y'all have done is have sex. Y'all ain't even went on a date yet. And this is in reference to Zach and Fatima. We had an extensive conversation in this most recent episode of Our Sistas Keeper about their relationship and if Zach is really in love versus in lust. What does this actually mean? And really trying to unpack their relationship a little bit more because so much is being revealed just by how they both are acting in the most recent episodes. So if you haven't checked it out already, the link to Our Sistas Keeper in the episode that this comment was on will be linked in the description box down below. You can feel free to click the timestamp on that comment so that you can see the exact moment that they're replying to. Thank you again for doing that, boo. And then you can also let us know your thoughts over there. Desi Acosta, hey honey, member of the channel. Shout out to all of the members. You guys are awesome. And if you didn't know, I do have a membership tied to Erica Vane TV. And if you want additional exclusive content, custom emojis behind your name, as well as custom emojis you can use in chat and other exclusives, then you can consider joining the membership. The join button is right next to the subscribe button. Click it and you get all of the options and you get to see what's available to you. But Desi says, I think it's funny how everyone is talking about how fast Hayden and Tamara are moving. Like everyone else hasn't been moving way too fast. I mean, Fatima and Zach known each other for 5 seconds and not waiting on a wedding and a baby. Laugh out loud. Exactly, girl. Everybody's moving too damn fast. And if anything, I'm going to let Hayden and Tamara rock and everybody else needs to pump the brakes. But, you know, that's just us, I guess. And then last but not least, Jamira96 has a lengthy comment, but I think it's important to read because it just hits this spot on. I'm glad y'all addressed the disrespectful opinions of commenters because I actually had to gather one of y'all in the live. So I appreciate you not being offended and like appreciating me doing so. I had to go off on somebody for commenting under my comment being disrespectful. Like y'all said, there's plenty other platforms that no matter what, they can't stand Karen. Go over there then. Don't come to somebody's page, post, channel who are Karen fans, but also see all sides, holds everyone, including Karen, accountable when need be, and disrespectfully state your whack ass opinion. And what's so funny is that most of their opinions don't even make sense. I saw a comment on Facebook where someone said, y'all act like Karen ain't about that life too. And another person commented, so disrespectful, calling the person a dumbass. It pissed me off. It's ridiculous how nasty and up people are about these characters, that they go to disrespecting real people just because they're not on Fatima's side. At this point, I'm utterly disgusted with the Fatima fans. Love you, Erica Vane and Allie Nick, for staying true. And we love you. Thank you so much for posting this comment. You have no idea what it did for me when I read it this morning before I started to record this, and I had to include it. Jamira, you are so right, and it's people like you that make all of this worth it, and we appreciate you. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead into this whack filler episode breakdown. Not the breakdown. The breakdown's not going to be whack, but the episode was kind of whack, y'all. And y'all know it. So, before we jump into this video, I have to let you know that this video was created during the 2023 WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes. Without the labor of the writers and actors currently on strike, the series being covered here wouldn't exist. Through the duration of these strikes, my company and I stand in solidarity with both unions and are refusing paid opportunities presented by struck companies such as the 8 major Hollywood studios. Content created on Erica Vane platforms are independent of any struck company and not created in promotion of said company. Articles, videos, and audio posts are created in critique of the media in support of the artists who created it. It is important that you, the audience, know that these strikes are a result of corporate greed. The writers and actors have been victimized by major studios for quite some time, and the time is now to demand fair pay and working conditions, standardized practices across streaming business models, and other terms that will ensure the pipeline for new aspiring creatives remains open and viable for years to come. At this time, neither union is calling for a boycott of any television or film content. If you would like to support either or both unions, consider donating to strike funds, walking local picket lines, and using your social media platform to amplify messages delivered daily by union members and leaders. Links to official websites and more information can be found in the description box down below. Videos explaining both strikes and continual strike news can be found on Erica Vane TV. Now let's get into it. I only got 20 seconds of my good sis Karen, and it was only enough of her to be able to show that she still is going to be shady to Aaron. She still is kind of giving unappreciative, a little bit ungrateful, and I am struggling to judge her in that way just because I'm like, okay, girl, I also kind of get it. Like you have a one-track mind right now, and you're very, 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 very focused on Zach, I guess, and feeling what you feel about that. However, as Allie and I discussed on the live the other night, Karen definitely does owe Aaron a little bit more. The way that man has shown up for you, the way that man has loved you, the way that y'all's communication has been, I think that he deserves a bit more in reference to communication. Now, if you do not want him around, if you want him to stop trying to help you, then you need to be a little bit more explicit, but not just in saying stop or don't come around. Explain to him what happened, because 1 minute you were all in and the next you wasn't. And the only things that have happened in between time is that Jennifer showed up, and then the fire happened, and then Zach showed up. And while it's easy to assume that you seeing how Zach cared for you and loves you deeply and is being so nice and trying to help you and yada 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 could be a thing that triggers you to be like, oh Zach, I want you back, yeah. It also feels like it should definitely be more than that. And if it is Jennifer, I think that you owe him the conversation of like exactly how you feel about it. If it was a trigger and going back to Fawn and all that happened with that woman, then that's very, very real. But again, speak to that. Karen, you are a woman who has a certain level of effective communication and honesty, specifically when it comes to Aaron. So the fact that you now can't find your words, now that you can't barely see Aaron, is bothering me because girl, he don't deserve that. While he has put you in some compromising positions, he has also tried to love you as best as he can and better than most. Okay? Better than most and more consistent than most. And again, I think that the bare minimum, she owes him a conversation about what specifically it was that completely changed everything for her. Now, what I will say is I think that she knows that, but the reason why she's not having that conversation is because she not necessarily wasn't triggered by Jennifer, but it isn't that big of a deal. And I say that because part of me feels like after, having a conversation on Our Sister's Keeper and Allie talking about, things being left open-ended, I'm like, Karen, are you doing this the way that you're doing this so that you still have an in with Aaron? So you're basically dangling him along, knowing that this might not work out with Zach, or knowing that it will not work out with Zach, only to be able to double back to him and say a few apologies. And then that would make me even more mad because, girl, no, we're not going to be doing that. We're not going to be taking advantage of people. We're not going to be prioritizing ourselves in a way that is just hyper toxic for everybody else involved. It almost is like you're creating an environment for it to be unhealthy to love you if you're going to operate this way. And I think that Karen is just capable of doing entirely more, and I don't like that she's doing less. So those are my thoughts on that. The 20 seconds that we got of her is when, Pam calls and tells her that they're down at the salon and they're cleaning up. And then she kind of gets a little bit flustered and frustrated. And it's like, I'm coming down there, but she's also supposed to be headed to the doctor's. Now, again, on our live, Allie brought up a great point of like, was the envelope blank and it wasn't supposed to be? Because when we first entered the scene with Karen, she's talking to the doctors and saying that she needed a hard copy of something. And now it's like, yo, did she really think that it was the paternity results that she was told when she went to the hospital after the fire, but it was a blank sheet of paper in there, and then she realized it, and now she has to go and get that piece of paper. We don't know. Hopefully in the mid-season finale we'll get a little bit more information onto that. Moving on, Zach has a conversation with Fatima about how he's going to stay away from Karen. He's not going to actually talk to her. He's going to give the money to Pam because it's something that he wants to do. And I appreciate him standing 10 toes down in it. So many of y'all, and I tell you, if you You know what? I'm not going to complain. Anyway, so many of y'all have come on my breakdown videos and preview videos of last week and like, Zach don't owe Karen nothing. And I'm just like, when did I say that he owed her anything? How I have described this is that Zach really wants to provide financially for Karen to fix her salon. This is something that Zach feels like he wants to do. This is something that Zach feels like will atone for how he has been in the previous relationship with her. This is something that Zach wants to do. I cannot explain that any more explicitly. Never said that he owes her to fix the salon. Don't believe that he owes her to fix the salon. But I respect the fact that he has made a decision as a man of this is how he wants to show up for this woman that he cares deeply about in her time of need. So he's going to do that. All other life circumstances be damned. And that's what we get to see play out. Another episode where Zach, okay, we're vibing. When we get back to the Fatima, though, I believe I'm back on your head top. But for right now, I'm going to enjoy it. Yo, I'm going to talk about Calvin and Sabrina for just a hot second. Because I really appreciate their intimate moments and their moments of like Calvin showing up for her and like creating space for her to just share her thoughts and feelings and all of that. However, men are going to men. And when I tell you, Sabrina wound up going along with it, but that kiss was so poorly timed. It just, like, what be going through y'all's mind? Cause no. Immediately no. Like, I get it. You want this girl. You don't want her to leave you. You don't want her to be with bio, yada, 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 yada. But you literally have an end. I don't think that men value the friend zone as much as they should. Like, they fear it like the plague, and they're always doing some awkward, ridiculous to make sure they're not in it or to get out of it. And I'm just like, that is literally one of the most powerful places that you can be if you play your cards right. And I'm not saying manipulate women. I'm saying get to know this girl. Show up for her as a person. If you fall in love with a person before you fall in love with their parts, you are set up for success. And in watching the Calvin and Sabrina scenes, I'm just like, yo, she can't even get half of this damn Bahama pig story out before you shoving your damn tongue down her throat. Like, grow the hell up. And then while we talking about grow the hell up, you walk in and the first thing that you say is, where's bio? Find a door. How about that? Where's the damn door? Because if it was me and that's the first thing that you said, go ahead and turn your little goofy ass around, because I can't be doing this with you. I am stressed, facing 15 years. My best friend is in the wind. I don't have time for you and your insecurities on some bullshit, Calvin. I really don't. After we have already had the exchanges that we have had, we are very much so given sexually incompatible. So then also, why am I taking questions like this? No. Immediately no. Calvin, if you want to be there for Sabrina, you want to show up in her life and you want to do all these things, don't just play at the nice guy. Don't just play at the one that will talk and like sit up with her into the morning and like listen. Actually be that. And for me, and watching the Calvin and Sabrina scenes, like, I want to fall and buy into what I'm seeing, but also so much of it feels very performative to get what he wants. And if all you want is to make sure that you're still smashing Sabrina, like, sir, just say that and keep it moving. Don't play like her friend. Just a random thought, y'all, from your good sis E. Y'all let me know what you think in the comment section down below about Calvin and Sabrina. Maurice starts the episode off down in Logan's office, I believe. And Maurice, this is stupid. You copping to some shit that you didn't do is stupid. Logan trying to pin this on Sabrina is stupid. And I really wish Tyler Perry pulls out whatever the hell is the point for this entire storyline immediately. Because when I tell you I am so over it and we spent way too much time on it, I can't. Like, I cannot, Tyler. I can't even give any more time to it in this damn breakdown. Honestly, y'all talk about it in the comment section down below if you care, but I don't. Andi, Andrea Barnes. Fatima, I need to talk to you. Get in here. You think, girl, you ain't scold a damn thing. And between your mixed messages of like trying to hold Fatima accountable for being completely inappropriate, showing up at Karen's house and coming in her door that way, the way that she did, putting you in a compromising position, but then also, again, just being completely inappropriate and toxic in behavior. And then you talking about some damn dating app. Like, Andi, you're so fucking unserious. I cannot. Between the Zach loves you more. Girl, Andi, girl, just shut the hell up. At this point, I'm going to need you to decide that you're not going to speak on Zach, Fatima, and Karen, period. Because you have no idea where the lines are. You have no idea where you fall. For the most part, you have been allied in, like, supporting Fatima, which is fine. But then also, you have found your way into not supporting your friend Karen and finding a best way to try to be neutral with that. And enough is a goddamn enough. Like, you are a joke that's no longer funny. Truthfully. And if y'all want to see or hear some expert reads, if I do say so myself, and my community has already said so, go and check out our Sisters Keeper from this week and last week, because there are two very interesting Andi reads on there. And that's all I got to say about the hoe. Now, talking about Fatima, a thing for me is if you're going to apologize, and I understand that she's not going to apologize to Karen. I completely understand why she's not. I don't agree with what she did, but I know exactly why she won't apologize to Karen. So I know that hell will freeze over before she do. I get that, and I don't even give a damn, honestly. Like, you don't have to go apologize to Karen. But in apologizing to Andi and not addressing what you're apologizing for, I don't accept those apologies. If you're not self-aware, if you're not able to actually speak to and articulate to what you apologizing for, but you could expertly articulate the disrespect, now we got a damn problem. You sorry, you said you shouldn't have walked through the door, but you sorry to Andi. You sorry for Andi for what? For reading all her goddamn friends in front of her? For pointing out that she hurt your boss from 9 to 5, but other than that, she can catch it? For calling her a hoe and saying she sleep with all her coworkers? Which one is it, Fatima? Is it one of them or is it all of them? Because you didn't speak to that, and everybody is letting her off the hook in reference to this, and I'm standing 10 toes down. I don't give a damn if she apologizes to Karen, but in apologizing to Andi, who is actually her friend, she left a lot to be desired. Because absolutely the hell not. It's no I'm sorry's without actually pointing out, because you were very quick to be specific and disrespectful in what you said, not only to me but to my other friends, the ones that are not trying to Zach. So what about that? Your insecurities inside of you not made you go that far? It's one thing to excuse you getting up out your bed from next to your man and driving away across town to do some inappropriate to the girl who's trying to come for him. But for Danny, for Sabrina, for me, yeah, no. We ain't gonna be able to do that. So, Andi, you're goofy. And the way that you accepted that apology without her actually speaking to, like, yo, you called me a fucking hoe last night. Do you really believe that? Like, y'all have way more to talk about than these goofy ass men on this dating app. And then you get your feelings hurt because she done been with or dated or got some money from or whatever the hell it looks like from all of the men that you like on this app. It's like there was so much that needed to be said, but Andi so kiki all the damn time. This is why all her relationships are bullshit. This is why they're literally surface level relationships and they're not really rooted in anything. So everybody who's running around here talking about how great of friends Fatima and Andi are, how y'all great friends and you can't even have a real ass conversation and call a damn thing a thing? You can't even speak to how Fatima hurt you. You can't even, like, girl, I'm gonna have to give Andi to y'all because it makes me irritated even just talking about her and Fatima. It left a lot to be desired in them damn apologies. You need to do better. You know good and damn better than this. I swear you do. What else, y'all? I think that's it. It might be it. It might not be it. If I mess up, let me know in the comment section down below. This video is already too damn long. I appreciate y'all for listening. Hit that like button. You made it all the way to the end, so I know that you liked it. And y'all, thank you again for posting a comment. If you want a chance of getting your comment read, then drop a dope, insightful, conversation-inducing comment on this video down below, and I will be checking it out. It's your good sis, you love to talk TV with. See you in the next one.